The crappy realization that men are better women than feminists. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Yes, Tulsi Gabbard is now standing up for women. Women, you know, that other gender, the one of the two genders that we argue about all the time because Facebook tells us that there's like 50 genders. Well, apparently somebody needs to be the modern day Susan B. Anthony, and it's Tulsi Gabbard. And what does she want to do? She wants to protect women from, well, those altered state women known as transsexuals. So she's issued a bill or wants to sponsor a bill that says, hey, look, if you're a transsexual, a man transforming into a woman, we don't want you in our ranks. We don't want you in our sports. Why? Because men make better women than feminists. That's the deal. See, biologically speaking, a man that transforms into a woman is still a man. But if that person wants to believe himself to be a woman, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at the LGBT, in this case, particularly the T or the Q community. Not at all. If you're born biologically male, you've transformed and you want to believe you're a female, fine, but you cannot have a baby. So you are not biologically female. You still have all of the different hormonal things that are happening in your body. And I know, Kevin, they've removed their naughty bits sometimes, but even when they do, your body still recognizes its DNA and says, wait a minute, I'm a bit confused here. What do I do? Well, anyway, Tulsi Gabbard is now saying we got to protect women folk. You know, that other biological cisgender sex, the one that women who are born women say, you know, I am a woman. I do have ovaries, fallopian tubes, and breastus. Not that men can't have breastus, okay? So they want to now protect women with this legislation. And I don't blame them. Look at what these two transgender dudes did at a track meet when they blew away the women. That's right. Now, there are those that argue on the left that these are indeed women, that a vagina is not what makes you a woman, that all those other things, that inner plumbing that I mentioned, the uterus and the fallopian tubes and all that other stuff, has nothing to do with you being a woman. It's a state of mind. It's like Dolezal. If you want to be black, you can be black. So they've got these people believing that they really are women, but if they are, why are we dealing with this issue? We're dealing with this issue because that's what leftism does. It makes us deal with crap. It makes us deal with silly stuff. So Tulsi Gabbard says, look at these women, these track athletes. Look at these women that are in contact sports, the UFC, places where, bam, they hitting people with the orbital bomb. These women are crushing the women, or I should say it this way. These women are crushing the women. The biological cisgender, born with their vajayjays women. These are the ones. And where are the vagina hat wearing women when it comes to protecting them? Why is Tulsi Gabbard the one having to stand up? Where is the feminist movement that says, wait a minute, we can't let these former men who become women take over our stuff? And let me just say this, because I said it earlier. Men make better women than feminists. Notice I did not say than all women, because see, conservative women, you have nothing to worry about. You epitomize womanhood. No, we can't do better than a conservative woman. A man can transform. He cannot be better than a conservative woman. He doesn't understand her emotions. He doesn't understand her thought processes. She is the epitome of womanhood and is the best representative, of a human being on the planet is a conservative woman. She's not backstabbing, backbiting. You're not going to see her on Real Housewives of Insert City here, because that is what womanhood is about. That is what we men look at and go, oh, because those are absolutely phenomenal women. They understand they have a role. They understand their gender. They don't want to compete with men. Why compete? You're already ahead. You're better than we are. Not you feminists. No, no, no. We are better than you. In fact, we're prettier than you. Look at what happened with Playboy. Playboy said, let's do our first transgender model. Look at who they gave us. They gave us Tula. Here's Tula. You figure it out for yourself. Would you compare Tula to the hairy arm crowd of the feminists that you've seen at these various protests? I call them the vagina hat wearers. Would you compare Tula to them? I'll let you look again. And what about the other transgender people that Playboy touted? In 2017, was it? I believe they touted their first transgender playmate. Compare her to those feminists on the left. And what about in 2019 when they did their first Asian? Hubba hubba. I mean, this is a girl that could fool you on Maury. You get what I'm saying? When we decide, when men decide that we want to attack a problem, we can defeat it. And we have defeated feminists. We are not only prettier than you, we're better athletes. You're not going to have a track record. You're not going to have a basketball record. You're not going to have a volleyball, a badminton, a softball record. We are going to dominate you because that's what men do. We dominate. We understand what it takes to push culture into a direction, and we do it. We're the reason why man landed on the moon. We're the reason why there's a rover on Mars. We think differently than women, and that doesn't make you bad because you outthink us in so many other areas. Wait a minute, I'm not talking about you feminists. I'm talking about conservative women, the real women, the ones who understand their femininity and understand what that brings to the culture, what it brings to the world, that it is truly a gift from God, and that it is the thing that keeps men doing the right stuff. But no, not you feminists. You have done nothing. You've achieved nothing. We don't make as much money as men. All you do is complain. Let me ask you a quick question if I want to make my point just as succinctly as possible. When a woman transfers into a man and does whatever she chooses to do, she wants to be an astronaut, she wants to be an Olympian, she wants to be a doctor, whatever. Do men complain? Do we ever complain? Have you ever heard of men? Oh man, they're letting all these transgender women come in that have transgendered into men, and we can't win any sports, and we can't achieve anything in life, and it's ruining our ability to make money. We don't complain when they come over with their 78 cents to every dollar we make and lower our dollars. We don't complain. We just go make more dollars. I mean, we don't have any complaints because we are men. We just say, bring them over. You want to be a girl and become a boy? No problem. But here's what I will tell you. You will never understand manhood. No matter what, you can make your little VJJ into an outward facing genitalia. You will never understand manhood. No offense, but you won't. You're not born with it in your DNA. You don't understand that need to protect, that all the things that are innate to being a man. Any more than a woman transforming from a man to a woman is going to be in complete understanding of femininity and what it means to be a woman. That's not an attack on anybody. Those are just the biological facts. And people want to get upset. Here, look, you want to be LGBT, and specifically we're talking about the T's, or maybe the Q's too. Here, whatever you want to be it. Be you. Be deliciously, vivaciously, whatever you are. The conservative movement is ready to accept you. But what we aren't ready to accept is the idea that when you become it, we got to deal with your problems. That's not our problem. If you feel like you are whatever they call it, dysmorphic or whatever, disembodied for whatever reason, it's not a problem. I get it. Deal with it. But it's not our problem. And I say to you feminists, every single one of you had a father. Every one of you. Some of you have had brothers, some of you have had cousins and uncles, and maybe, just maybe, one of them did something to you that made you have a hatred of men. But whatever it was, get over it, because every man is not your enemy. We are here for a purpose. God put us on earth because we deserve to be here too. Quite frankly, I believe that the reason why we become better women than you is because God is getting back at you for all your nonsense. Oh, hey, what are you still doing here? You're supposed to be watching my other videos. Get out of here.